What's up, everybody? It's Jared from GoHunt. And in the office today, we have the guys from Uncharted Supply. We have Christian here. He's going to tell us all about all the first aid kits that we carry from them.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, man. So we offer 3 first aid kits right now. We have a 4th coming in a few months, which we're excited about. For today, we'll talk about these 3. As you can see, different sizes, different use cases. And I'll just start and go left to right for you. So the first one here is the triage kit. This is actually a product that we spent a significant amount of time building. And this little bag costs almost as much as our backpacks do to make. Because it's parachute material, it's 30D, it's coated on both sides, but there's no sewing anywhere in here. So it's ultra lightweight, super clean edges. We've got reflective surfaces, so if it's in a bag, you have a headlamp, you can find it quickly. But the interesting thing about this product was this actually started based on a conversation Jason Harrison from Kuiu and I had. So I had met him at Outdoor Retailer. We had talked about if there was a way to work together, and he said, we would never do a first aid kit, but that'd be something that we could do. Obviously, we know Jason is no longer with us, but we finished this. And the story is we worked with our designers out in Bozeman. We interviewed 100 Gore-Tex ambassadors. And the thing we realized was nobody was taking a pre-built kit into the wild. We were talking about backpackers, mountain bikers, runners, and the right kit just didn't exist. So why not? Well, size, weight, and what was in it. The size was kind of an easy thing to figure out. This thing is perfectly designed to fit in your chest pocket and like your shell, or in a bike jersey, or a backpack. It's got a clip if you want to clip it on somewhere. It's under 150 grams, so it's less than an iPhone. It's super lightweight. One of the neat features about this guy too is while the material is completely waterproof, we did a roll top with Velcro. The idea here is if you're going to submerge this for 10 minutes, it's probably going to get some water. And for any normal use case, it's waterproof. The reason we did it that way is there's nothing more frustrating than having a big pocket of air that's taking up space, right? If you compress this thing down, all the air will come out of it, but it's still amazingly waterproof. So just the form factor gets smaller and smaller with this roll top. It's got a Velcro backer in here. This Velcro is really durable. This stuff doesn't rip. It's super welded. And it just, you can see when you roll it, it's kind of fat, right? But if you really push the thing down in your pocket and pack it down, the form actually gets smaller. It just takes up less space. Yeah. So just kind of a nice little feature that, as we were thinking about how to get really small, that we came up with.
Yeah, great job.
The beauty of this thing, though, is it's first aid and gear repair. The thing we heard from everybody we talked to was the first thing that happens is gear breaks. If you think about it, you break a shoelace, or on a mountain bike, a seat post goes, or like your bindings and your skis break, or anything like that. Now you're moving slower. Now the sun goes down. Now it's harder to navigate. You're cold, and that's when things happen. Right? So the idea to actually have the gear repair and the first aid in a small packet was the goal here. And it's one of those things where you look at it online and maybe it doesn't translate as well as when you have it in hand. But this thing is beautiful, lightweight. So inside this little thing, like I said, under 150 grams, it's about 135. You've got a space blanket, aspirin, bandages, blister gels, wound closure strips, petroleum jelly packets, duct tape, baling wire, zip ties, safety pins, and store-proof matches. So it's a pretty well executed, robust little kit to kind of fix whatever you need. And we call it the triage kit because the idea is this isn't everything you need to heal something up, but it's designed to get you down, get you back to where this is, or where your survival kit is, or to a hospital.
Yeah.
I actually saved my dog's life with this a few months ago. We were ski touring in the high Uintas back home in Park City. A buddy of mine skied into my dog and sliced his leg, and he was gushing blood. But there's zip ties in here, there's duct tape. I found a branch, made a makeshift tourniquet, threw him on my shoulders and got him down. And the vet said he probably had less than 5 minutes. So that was the difference maker, right? They always say the best camera is the one in your hand. The best first aid kit is the one on your body. You don't want to leave, this is a great first aid kit, but if you're really trying to be fast, if you're elk hunting, if you're moving through the mountains where ounces count, that's not what you're going to take, right? So you might leave that home because you want to be light, and hey, nothing's going to happen. Well, I can tell you I've skied that same place 100 times and nothing happened 99 times. Yeah. So that's the idea, just have coverage when you need it. It's not a decision of if you're going to take it or not anymore. You got it with you and you're good to go.
I think we've all seen the video recently of Corey Jacobson making a triage kit out of a thing of duct tape and saving his life after he stepped on that broadhead. So I think there's been a huge, influx in people carrying these in the last couple of years because of stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. They say you mess with the bull, you get the horns, and some of us are in the bullpen every day, and it doesn't matter how good you are, it's just bound to happen at some point. So, I literally don't leave my truck without that, not because I'm paranoid, just because I've had it happen when you're doing everything right, and it's a difference maker.
Yeah.
So for me, that's a really important piece of kit that should just be a non-option about bringing with you.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
The next two, so we call this the First Aid Core and we call this the First Aid Pro. We sell a couple survival kits, the 72 and 72 Pro, which these also go in, but just a couple different sizes. When we think about our products at Uncharted, we're not inherently building for the medical expert. I mean, we've got doctors and military guys and guides and all these people that provide insight on this. But we always ask them the question like, hey, if I'm not an expert, what do I need, right?
Yeah.
So if you're an expert and you know how to use some very sophisticated pieces of gear, by all means carry it with. But if you're carrying that stuff and you don't know how to use it, there's not really a reason to bring it, and you might make a situation worse.
Yeah.
So we think about the most effective, useful things. We think about size, we think about weight, and then with everything, we're organized, we have instructions, everything's color coordinated. So, when adrenaline's pumping and you're in a bad situation, you don't make that bad situation worse by going down the wrong path, right? We try to guide people to a better situation, and that's what these kits are designed to do. So these are both made out of 600D Oxford polyester. They're double stitched. They're really durable. They're not completely waterproof, but they're highly water resistant. In order to do that, you have to have a waterproof zipper, but the material itself can be sprayed off, washed. We always say this is a great one for if you're hiking, if you're going to a campsite or something. It's got more coverage than the Triage kit, but less than this one. So again, kind of a use case where if weight isn't as critical, you want a little more protection. Maybe it's a couple people. This is a really nice kit. This is what I keep in my truck. This is if you're going to set up camp for a week, you got one of these with. You got one in your house, maybe in your classroom or your office. This is a pretty robust kit with a lot of stuff in it. So it really comes down to size. On the backs of these guys, we've got MOLLE systems. You can hook this to a four-wheeler. You can hook it to the outside of your backpack. Make sure you've always got it with you. It's easy to detach and go. And they're just well-executed, high-quality kits. So, I'll open this guy up, the First Aid Pro here. Everything's color coordinated by the use case. There's an instruction book inside here to take you through everything you're going to need. And as you can see, it's not just like, 2 or 3 Band-Aids. It's like, I can't remember how many there are in there, maybe 10.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of bandages. There's a pen. There's saline solution. You've got a CPR kit. I can give you the full list of stuff in here. But again, just one of those things that you're always going to find a use for, and everything you need is in here.
Hey, thanks for watching our video about Uncharted Supply first aid kits. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and we'll get back to you.